If your Bookmap chart ever feels off-center, this is why, and this is how to fix it. Hello and welcome to the Bookmap series with Gains. On today's video, we will be discussing how to navigate horizontal and vertical recentering. Start with the horizontal recentering. You can left-click, hold, and drag the vertical current price line all the way to the left side of the chart. When you do this, you'll see very little historical price action and a much larger view of the current best bid and offer. Sometimes this happens by accident, and the live market ends up taking up too much of the chart. To fix this, simply left-click, hold, drag the line back toward the right side of the chart to a position that works for you. I prefer somewhere around here so I can see enough historical data. Now let's talk about vertical recentering. If you right-click on the price ladder, you'll see several recentering options. Recenter Auto BBO automatically keeps the chart vertically centered based on the best bid and offer activity. Recenter Auto Trades does the same thing, but based on the executed trades instead. You can test these differently by zooming vertically, left-click, hold, and drag the price ladder, and notice how price action stays contained within the viewable chart when either of these modes is active. If you right-click and select Recenter None, then zoom vertically, you'll notice price is no longer contained and can drift outside of the visible area. Same behavior applies to the Recenter Last Price, which always keeps the most recent trade centered in the middle of the chart. Let's switch back to Recenter Auto BBO and then drag into historical price action. You'll notice you can move freely. However, if you right-click and enable Recenter in drag mode, the chart will always recenter based on the selected auto mode when you're dragging. Now let's return to the current market. We'll right-click again, go into the settings, and we'll see two separate configuration sections, auto mode tolerance and last price mode tolerance. In auto mode, there's a percentage slider. This acts as a buffer near the top and bottom of the chart. If it's set to 100%, price can explore far towards the edges before recentering. If it's set to 0, the chart will recenter almost constantly. It's not recommended to use 0. Value around 30% gives price room to move while keeping the chart readable. In last price mode, you can instead define an absolute value or a percentage. Once price moves beyond that distance of the vertical range, the chart recenters again. Constant recentering isn't ideal. It can be distracting, and it also consumes unnecessary system resources. You don't want to have a bottleneck with all the other applications you're running, I'm sure, when you're trading. The goal is to keep price visible and stable, not snapping back to the middle on every single small move. I prefer to have no recentering on, and I have recenter in drag mode off. Another way to access the settings is here. Thank you so much for joining me on this video on navigating the horizontal and vertical recentering. Look forward to making more videos on navigating Bookmap. If you found this video or content helpful at all, please like, subscribe, and comment any questions or input below. Thank you so much.